unbeaten in the league since the opening day of the season when they went down 3-1 at Tottenham, but obviously rocked by this week's events off the field. And a lot of ill feeling in the city of Manchester, not towards this man, because he's had marvellous public support, and certainly if the city spectators had a say in it, and they ought to, then Peter Reid would get the manager's job, I'm sure. But the ill feeling is towards the departed manager, Howard Kendall. So Leeds United, all in yellow, against Manchester City in the sky blue shirts and white shorts. Will get the game underway. Leeds United attacking from left to right in the first half, beaten only once in their last 7 games. And incidentally, if Leeds win today, they'd go above both City and Manchester United into 5th place in the First Division. Not bad for a team only just promoted. Chris Kamara, who's keeping the left-back position, having won it in recent weeks. This is McAllister, a former Leicester player. Hendry's clearance. White and Quinn will have a real aerial battle today as Kamara concedes the throw. Manchester City know that Kamara's experience will provide difficulties for them. They've got a very experienced back four here. Megson forward, looking for Ward. And the free kick goes against the City man. McAllister. Good interception by Poynton. And Hendry had to move across quickly to cut out the danger. This is Ward for Manchester City. Poynton again. And White got there ahead of Quinn, which is no mean feat when you consider that now Quinn's 6'4". Heath. Redmond. Quinn the target again. And there was a claim for a foul this time by White, and the referee has agreed with the protests from the City players. The free kick against Chris White, signed in the summer from West Bromwich Albion, and played every game since, began his league career at Arsenal. Dangerous position this. Peter Reid, they're organising things as usual, and a lot of players in the Leeds United wall. Mark Ward or Megson. Ward 11, Megson 10. The players likely to take the kick. Megson it is who hits it straight at the wall. And that's a goal kick. Well, alongside me today, a former Manchester City player, Trevor Francis, who's had a long chat, I know, today with Peter Reid. How is Reid feeling about what's obviously a day of pressure for him, Trevor?
Yes, I had a good chat with him before the game, and he was totally relaxed. He said that he wouldn't be sort of passing on too many instructions to the players, because under Howard Kendall they've become a very organised team. Peter felt that it was important that they do get a win today, and obviously that if the team play well and they get the win, it's going to certainly help his cause, because he is very, very keen to get the job.
Well, I was mentioning the attitude of the fans here, and certainly Peter Reid has got the public support for the job, and he said he will not continue any longer than this one game as caretaker manager. He's made that clear to Peter Swales, the City chairman, and he's asked for a decision one way or the other by tomorrow morning. Lengthy stoppage for injury to Chris White, who's okay again, and the game will restart with a Leeds United goal kick. Taken well on the chest by Shutt, and he gets it back almost anyway. Redmond with a fine tackle. Brilliantly timed challenge, and he finds Quinn with a good ball. Heath intelligently cut off the route back to the goalkeeper there for White and forced him into the mistake. Clever play by Adrian Heath. Alan Harper finding Heath. And another City throw. Into Quinn this time, and White beats him and was fouled. Free kick to Leeds United. Niall Quinn's gone 5 matches without scoring at the moment, but he certainly paid his transfer fee in full at the end of last season when he scored 4 goals in 9 games moving here from Arsenal to help City to consolidate their place in the First Division. Good header by Chapman. Away by Megson. Reed. Strong challenge from Fairclough, which the referee has given City a free kick for. Redmond's kick. Quinn on the far side was pushed in the back by Kamara, or White rather was pushed in the back by Kamara.
That's the second free kick now that Leeds have conceded around the penalty box, and it's a rather dangerous process, that, because Niall Quinn is so good in the air, and he's obviously a danger to the Leeds defence.
Let's just see what kind of danger he is now. Quinn, the target possibly for this free kick. Held in wickedly. Kamara's clearance not very effective, straight at Ward. Reed takes over and rides the challenge well. He slips a good little ball for Heath. Good challenge from White. Good spell though for Manchester City. Harper turns it in again. And Henry had got there. The centre-half who loves getting forward. This is Redmond. Just got it wrong, trying to bring Ward into play.
There's certainly a positive enough start from Manchester City. The feeling I got around the dressing room area was that they were looking to get a good performance for Peter today, because they very much want him to become the manager.
Strachan with a long ball forward, looking for Gary Speed, the young Welsh international on Leeds United's left. Takes on Harper and gets a useful cross to the near post. That was a real problem for Tony Coton, and he did well, not just to save it, but to keep it in play and prevent the corner. Poynton. Heath's little header on, a beauty, and White really chasing here, and Lukic seemed to, well, not quite judge the pace of the ball, and also the pace of White, because that was a real problem. Now Reed. Megson. Ward. Good challenge by McAllister, and an equally good one from Megson. Reed's tackle. Ward trying to get clear of Kamara, and the free kick has gone against the City man. Redmond's clearance. And Quinn beats Kamara. Speed. This is Batty. And McAllister rode the tackle from Quinn beautifully, and then gave it straight to Harper. Now Reed. Harper again gives it away, but at least City get the throw. On Harper, who was Howard Kendall's second signing when he came here last December. Megson. And Redmond taking no risks. Quinn got up highest this time and found Ward. White on the far side of the penalty area, the target. He hit it on the volley and gets the corner off Kamara. First corner of the game to Manchester City. David White, who's got 4 goals this season, 3 of them in his last 2 league games, including 2 here against Manchester United in an outstanding local derby. Quinn, the number 9, Henry, the 5, both problems for Leeds from the corner. It goes into Reed, strangely, and White got it clear to Redmond. It's a Good ball from Redmond. And again towards Heath, who stretched and didn't quite make contact.
It's a good little ball in here, and Adrian Heath, I think it is, just goes for it, just inches away from a touch there, but once or twice they're causing problems for the Leeds defence.
Nearly a problem for the City defence at the other end, but Redmond dealt with it well. Minutes gone, still 0-0 here as White wins the ball for Leeds, but again was fouling Quinn. Free kick to Manchester City. Nixon takes it quickly, touched on by White, away by Chapman. Redmond, Pointer. In towards Quinn again, and took it down beautifully. Now Heath. Good challenge, though, from Kamara. Now Sterling for Leeds United. Good ball, too, finding Cole shot in space. Reed closed down that space instantly, though. Now Kamara and McAllister. What a fine ball. Speed on the left. In quickly to Strachan, and he nearly got clear of Hendry. Sterling met it well. Harper beaten again by speed, and Henry had to really stretch. Harper back to Henry, and good defensive work by Manchester City. Quinn and White are having a real battle here, Trevor, and the free kicks have been about evenly distributed between the two so far. That one gone in White's favour.
Yes, I think that Leeds realise that he is a problem. I think he's a problem against for any defence because of his height. He's very, very difficult to mark. But I think it's important for Man City that they get players running in beyond Quinn, because he's going to win his fair share of the balls. It's important that Heath, certainly White, make the runs in beyond the defence.
White getting it for Manchester City. Reed gives it away to Kamara. Speed. Batty. That's a good ball, and McAllister got himself completely clear of his marker then. And Manchester City was sliced open down the middle. McAllister, who scored his first goal for Leeds last week against Nottingham Forest, almost presented with the ball in the open. Lovely ball from Batty. Chapman climbed highest. Strachan takes it down in an instant. Batty again. And now Sterling.
It's interesting that Leeds are using a similar tactic to Man City. They're directing every ball at Lee Chapman and looking for the likes of Shot and Speed to get the knockdowns from him. The two, I'm sure, Chapman and Quinn will feature quite a bit in this game.
McAllister again has drifted away from his marker, and that's a dangerous-looking cross, and it's gone in from Chapman. Manchester City were caught asleep. Lee Chapman nodded in his 6th goal of the season past Tony Coton, but it was McAllister's break from the free kick that set it up. He caught them all by surprise and delivered the perfect cross onto the head of one of the great predators in the game. 1-0 to Leeds United. Perfect timing. The comment from Trevor Francis as well.
Yes, well, 10 seconds ago I said that Chapman would definitely feature in this game, but I didn't realise it would be that quick. It was a marvellous ball from McAllister, and there was Chapman to finish it off.
14 minutes into the game then, and Lee Chapman has given Leeds United the lead. It's his 4th goal in his last 5 games. This much-travelled goal scorer whose record is so consistent. Well, City, with enough problems off the field, have now got a major problem on it, because Leeds United don't give many goals away. They're going to have to work very hard to get back into this game. And it was their own lack of concentration from the free kick that was their downfall. Here's Harper, meantime, but the referee had already whistled for a Manchester City free kick. And there's some trouble, sadly, behind one of the goals. The goal, in fact, that City are attacking in this first half. Supporters have spilled onto the pitch, just out of camera shot at the moment. The ball kept in play. Lead nearly intercepted. Chapman at the other end touches it on to Strachan. And that's a useful ball, but offside in the middle. Well, suddenly those supporters, for no apparent reason, came spilling over the fence and onto the pitch. And that's not a sight any of us want to see. He's doing a good job shepherding them all off again. Henry's free kick. Quinn touches it on at the other end. The supporters still causing a kerfuffle behind the goal. Most of the Leeds United fans, incidentally, are behind the other goal into which Leeds scored a moment ago. I can only assume some Leeds fans maybe got themselves in amongst the Manchester City supporters. Anyway, the police have quietened it down, and Manchester City have a free kick. Minutes gone. Leeds United a goal in front here. They're facing a dangerous free kick. Set up for Poynton to hit it, and Batty headed it clear. Strachan kept it in by the skin of his teeth. Good ball, Batty to Chapman. Batty again, and again. Now Hendry for Manchester City. Harper. Unfortunately, all the problems on the terraces seems to have calmed down again, and we can concentrate once more on the football. Kamara for Leeds United, who lead 1-0. Chapman, the man who scored it, heading it down to Batty. Batty caught in possession. Now Ward for Manchester City. Heath. Poynton with a good overlap. Quinn. Still Quinn. Good save. It seemed to take now Quinn a long time to get the ball under control and get the shot in, but John Lukic made a good fingertip save to keep it out.
Excellent build-up play from City there. Quinn does well on the floor, but it's an excellent save from Lukic to deny him.
Ward with the corner. Quinn's there again, but this time he was climbing on McAllister, and the free kick has gone against him.
Well, I'm sure that Chapman must be delighted at scoring that goal directly in front of his Leeds supporters, because only 3 or 4 weeks ago, of course, he was being heavily barracked and was looking for Howard Wilkinson for some sort of defence. But he's not the most, what you call, elegant sort of player, Lee Chapman, but his positional sense is excellent, and he'll always score a goal. He's done that whichever club he's played for.
Yes, and he's played at 7 league clubs in his long career. In 31 next month, Lee Chapman always got goals wherever he's been. Beaten that time by Poynton. Magson gets it to Ward, and now Reed. City need to get it on the ground, really. Onside here, surprisingly. Quinn and White hesitated, but no offside flag. Quinn turned it back, or tried to, for Reed, but it wasn't a very good ball. Strachan doing brilliantly and finding Batty. These two are smashing little players, aren't they? And that's a good ball as well. Hole shut. and Speed. Leeds United playing some good football here, looking dangerous. Gary Speed in possession. McAllister on the left, bit too deep for him, and he couldn't quite keep it in, or could he? In fact, the referee has allowed play to go on. So he did just keep it in, but didn't really have the angle for a telling cross. Quinn on his own, looking for Heath in the space. White across to cover. Heath held him off and wins the throw. Minutes gone here at Main Road. A lively opening. Leeds United, a goal in front. Lee Chapman, who scored it, in possession, finding Strachan. It's a great interception, though, by Poynton, and now Quinn for Manchester City. Shot blocked by Strachan. Sterling, he loses out to Reed. Ward in possession. Now Megson. Well, he tried to curl it deliberately for the top corner and didn't quite get his angles right. Gary Megson, who scored on his debut for Manchester City in 1989, in fact in January 1989, and hasn't actually scored since. Well, a former Manchester City great, Rodney Marsh, also watching today. Rodney, what do you make of this opening 20 minutes?
Well, it's been a very bright start so far by both teams, and as Trevor said earlier, Niall Quinn is causing some problems, and the two central defenders of Leeds don't seem to be able to get it sorted out who's marking him, and I'm sure that if he continues that way, he's going to cause him great problems. Peter Reid looks like he's playing with a piano on his back. I mean, the week's upheaval has probably weighed heavily on him, and right now he looks like he's labouring a little bit to me.
Yes, he certainly isn't calling any tunes at the moment on that piano, and I no doubt the pressure.
United.
The goalkeeper takes the free kick, headed infield by Speed. Poynton with the interception for Manchester City. Now White. Turned on by Poynton, but straight to White. Henry's interception. Reed. Good ball for White. Reed again. And that's a fine ball for White inside the fullback Kamara. White was pushing in, though, I think. Referee said play on because Leeds have possession anyway, but David White just nudged Chris Kamara in the back.
Yes, and that's the sort of areas that David White's got to be looking for the ball. He's been coming back into midfield once or twice, but he could be of value to Man City when he starts trying to get the balls in behind Chris Kamara, because undoubtedly he's one of the quickest players in the First Division.
Chapman, dispossessed by Poynton. Now Ward. Good play. Hendry. Heath. Reed leaving it to Harper. Heath again. On for White. The same ball again. And he used his pace effectively, and Ward gets on the end of it. Well. That could, and probably should, have been a City equaliser.
Well, it was certainly marvellous build-up play. The ball gets played in behind Kamara, and there's White using his fantastic pace, puts a good ball across the front of Lukic. Fortunately, Ward gets in at the far post, but directs his shot just past the post.
It was a vital challenge by Mel Sterling, which just threw him off balance as he came in to hit it. But really, you have to say that was a golden opportunity for Mark Ward, who, as you can see, has only scored from the penalty spot this season. City ought to have been level, I think. White. Well, he was under no real pressure then and gave it away for a throw.
In fact, every time Manchester City attacked the Leeds defence,
And has also given away the free kick.
Yes, and it all seemed rather unnecessary because, as I said before, they don't want to concede too many free kicks in this area because with the Hendry going forward and Quinn there, they are a constant danger.
Nearly reached Quinn as well. Redmond on the far side. So it's a clumsy ball, and Reed did well to keep it in, really. And find Poynton. Sterling with the clearance. Looked like offside, and indeed that's the decision against Cole Shutt. We talked a lot, Trevor, about the pressures on Peter Reid here. You, of course, have been a player manager in the First Division yourself.
Yes, just leave it there for 1 second. Yes, I think the problems for Peter are that, you know, at this moment he's got to concentrate solely on playing. It's important that he gives a good performance to help the team. And he can only sort of go back to the management side when he gets in the dressing room half-time. He's got Tony Book on the bench, and he's got Mick Heaton up in the stand. And I'm sure that half-time he'll try and sort one or two things out with their help.
Chapman given a free header, and it's Reed on the end of it for City. Megson turning it forward. Fairclough with the interception for Leeds. That's a Leeds United throw.
I was interested actually to see if Peter would give the team talk half-time, and he is going to. I felt that when I was playing at QPR, when I was emotionally involved in the first 45 minutes, it was difficult to analyse what had gone on in the first half. So I used to give that responsibility to Don Howe. When I'd sort of gathered my thoughts and relaxed a little bit, then I would have 1 or 2 words to say to the players. But Peter wants to do it all himself half-time, and good luck to him. I hope he does well, and I would certainly like to see a manager here.
Well, as Howard Kendall will know, and as Howard Wilkinson, the Leeds United manager, said to me before the kick-off, Peter Reid has been managing teams on the pitch for many years now. Offside decision, giving Leeds United a free kick. Hendry up well, but it dropped straight to Strachan, turned on to Chapman. Poynton, Strachan onto it though. He's done well here, the little Scotsman. Oh, good play. Batty. Chapman on the far post was the target. Hendry got it away, only as far as Sterling. Now Batty. Chapman again calling for the high ball. And again it reaches him. Hendry is in there. Speed battling for possession with Harper. And Harper did so well. Good play. The clearance went out, but really Alan Harper saved Manchester City further embarrassment then. Fairclough under pressure, and certainly Adrian Heath was justified in just applying that little challenge. It's a good deep kick, and Hendry met it well. Little nudge in the back by White on Quinn, well spotted by referee Deakin. Chris White ain't too sure of the decision, but I'm sure the referee was right then. I saw it perfectly as well. Redmond. And he goes towards Heath, and Sterling cleverly just let it drop because he knew it was going behind for the goal kick. Incidentally, it's Mel Sterling's testimonial match tomorrow night at Leeds United, an 8 o'clock kick-off against one of his former clubs, Sheffield Wednesday, where he spent 10 years, and he deserves a good turnout. Always been a good pro. Trevor, I think you get a pair of boots on yourself for that, don't you?
Yes, that's right. Once I finish this, I'll be back to Sheffield, and I'll be there tomorrow night at the road.
Fairclough under pressure here from Heath, and that was a foul by Adrian Heath, no question.
I'm hoping actually that all the Leeds players, they really work hard this afternoon. They're absolutely shattered by tonight, and make it easy for me tomorrow night.
Under a quarter of an hour remaining here in the first half. Lee Chapman's goal still separates the sides. Manchester City 0, Leeds United 1. Ward for City. It was a clumsy sort of ball, and Chapman got there ahead of Reed. This is Strachan. Oh, yes. Oh, wonderful run by Strachan, but just a yard too far in the end. And Heath with a fine ball to White. Quinn is unmarked in the centre. He couldn't quite deliver the ball to him quickly enough. And some crunching challenges in the centre circle. In the end, Heath's on Batty earns Leeds United a free kick. Kamara on to speed. Batty. Strachan. Batty again. Good football from Leeds. This is Sterling. In again towards Chapman. Good goalkeeping, though. Tony Coton did really well then. And gets City on the move as well. But Heath took his eye off the ball. This is Batty. The man they call the new Billy Bremner in this Leeds United midfield. Sterling. Offside. All shut.
It's the first time I've seen this lad Batty this season, and when for once so young, he certainly is a very, very mature type of player. I would think that he's gained a lot of benefit from playing alongside Gordon Strachan, who at 33 is still an excellent player. There are many in the game that felt that when Alex Ferguson released him, that he was on his way out, but just leave it there for a second. But he still is a credit to his profession.
There was a great scream from the Manchester City players and supporters behind that goal when Quinn went down under a shuddering challenge, and they felt that they could have had a penalty. In fact, all they've got is a corner. Quinn climbing high again, but White got it clear. Reed with the shot straight at the defensive wall, and it comes through to White. What a marvellous save by Lukic. Still the danger. Now from Ward. And he gave Lukic the one ball he wanted. But that was a marvellous save by the former Arsenal goalkeeper when it looked odds-on a goal for Manchester City. We're looking at the incident, I think, when that marvellous save was made here from White's shot from point-blank range. Good goalkeeping.
Yes, it was a fantastic save, but really, David White shouldn't have given the keeper any chance at all.
Here's Batty for Leeds. Slipped through to McAllister. Good interception by Henry, rather. That was a marvellous tackle. Reed turns it on. Heath. White again trying to use his pace on the outside. Kamara held him off. No free kick given. But it's a clear tactic of Manchester City today to use the pace of David White against Chris Kamara, and it's beginning to pay off. But a few moments ago there was a loud appeal for a Manchester City penalty. Let's watch what happened here as Kamara and Quinn clashed. Well, I must say from that angle it looked to me as though Quinn had just run into the Leeds United player. And certainly the referee wasn't impressed. Here's White again. And Kamara's done well. Helped out by speed this time.
Well, obviously they're using that tactic. They're using White's pace to get in behind Chris Kamara. But we saw White there, gave Kamara probably 5 yards, still got the other side of him. But once he got himself into a good crossing position, he didn't really compose himself. He's got to be more composed on the ball to get the right type of service in for Quinn.
Henry for Manchester City, finding Quinn. Now Ward. Quinn. Only Heath in the middle. It took a little deflection, and that was kind for Lukic and Leeds United. Remaining in the first half. Manchester City 0, Leeds United 1. An excellent forward, White to Heath. Here's Reed. McAllister ran straight into Megson, or has the referee seen that as a deliberate foul by Megson? Indeed he has. Free kick in towards Chapman. Henry right behind him and got there. McAllister turning it on. Colshot is onside. Now speed. Chapman in there again, and he climbed the highest of the three City defenders and nearly punished Manchester City for a second time. Bit of pushing going on, I think, though, as he did climb. Well, I'm not certain the referee's given the free kick. It could be a goal kick he's given here. Indeed he has, so if that had gone in, it would have counted.
Yes, and then one or two of the Man City defenders a little bit annoyed there with Tony Cotton, because, as you saw, when Chapman actually headed the ball, he was probably 5 yards from the goal line. Cotton came, then decided to go back. Really, he should have come for that ball.
Came off the top of Henry's head. He didn't really head it forward. Redmond on, and the referee has in fact given a free kick to Manchester City for a foul by Chapman. 8 minutes to go to half-time here. Leeds a goal to the good. Megson. He's snapping at his heels like a little Yorkshire Terrier as Henry turns it on, and I think the free kick has been given against Sterling. It'll be at least a throw-in for City, and the referee has said free kick. And it goes towards Quinn again, cleared by Chapman. Redmond, Poynton. Well, that's a bad ball from Poynton, and City were lucky they weren't punished then. Heath in possession for them. Now Megson. Heath again. Megson was flattened then by McAllister as the ball was played forward, and I think McAllister's going to be booked by the referee for that tackle. The Scot signed for £1 million from Leicester in the summer. Member of Scotland's World Cup squad who took time to settle into his new team, but has been playing in well in recent games. Shown the yellow card for that tackle. Taken free kick by City. Poynton. And there was definitely a foul then, and the referee in fact has given a penalty. White pushed Quinn away from the ball with his elbow, and the referee was perfectly placed to award a penalty. And I must say, I totally agree with Mr. Deakin's decision. White went in and elbowed the Manchester City man off the ball, and a penalty has been given.
Well, Quinn is such an awkward customer that there's always going to be that possibility that if the ball is played into the box right, and as you see here, it is played in right, it just gives him a nudge. Referee, as Alan said, is perfectly placed, and he gives the penalty.
Consternation amongst the Leeds United ranks, but a penalty it is. And somewhat surprisingly, Mark Ward, who scored 3 times from the spot for Manchester City this season, will not be taking it. The role has gone instead to Alan Harper, the former Everton man. Oh dear. City's miserable week continues with an embarrassing penalty missed by Alan Harper. Well, Tony Book and Mick Heaton on the City bench must be wondering what problems are going to be for Manchester City next. I'm sorry to say, he didn't just miss that. He absolutely ruined it. Well, Trevor, 5 minutes to half-time. Wasn't it a perfect moment for City to draw level?
Well, what can one say after a penalty miss like that? But I feel that Man City, the way they've played first half, they certainly deserve to be on level terms, and that was just the kind of chance that they should accept.
Leeds United will feel that justice was done, though I still think that Mr. Deakin made the perfectly correct decision in awarding that penalty. Anyway, it was missed, and Leeds are still a goal in front in the last 5 minutes of the half. Batty had turned his back on the ball then, and Sterling played it to him. They got away with it, though. Is it going to be one of those days for Manchester City? One of those weeks? It was a foul by Quinn, but the referee has indeed whistled. Leeds felt that he should have allowed play to go on. And Strachan getting himself involved in an angry confrontation with Harper. Strachan wanted to take the free kick quickly. Harper got in the way. Peter Reid, like the good pro he is, just trying to calm things down there in the middle. Strachan, the old flame-haired Scotsman, always had a bit of a quick temper. And Reid just telling everybody, calm it. Harper is going to be booked for his part in the affray. At the end of all that, Leeds United still have their free kick, of course. Is McAllister, 11 speed. Strachan is the number 7, and Mel Sterling, the other Leeds United player. All of them around the ball. Sterling probably favourite to have the crack at goal. And he does, and it deflects, and shot it onto it. Good save, shot again. It's gone in, has it? It has now. Leeds United get a second in the dying moments of the half. And Carl Shutt's reaction then was superb. He really punished Tony Coton, but you've got to feel sorry for the Manchester City goalkeeper, who initially made a really good stop here. Good save. A Shutt bashed it back in. It went over the line then from Henry's challenge. It was followed in anyway, but it didn't matter. The ball had initially crossed the line. Henry certainly won't want to be credited with an own goal. So I think we'll give that one to Carl Shutt, Trevor.
Yes, I think so. I was looking at the linesman, and when Shutt actually shot the second attempt, the linesman was running back towards the halfway line. He was quite sure that the ball was over the line. But it was a magnificent save from Cotton. He was so unlucky, but good finishing from Carl Shutt.
And 2-0 to Leeds United. Only 3 minutes remaining in the first half, and what a 45 minutes of woe this has been for Manchester City. Shutt's goal punishing them when they might well have been back on level terms moments before that. A penalty missed by Alan Harper. And what a sad week this is turning out to be for Manchester City. Over the head of Shutt this time, but he's a new man now, lifted by his part in that goal. Buzzing with confidence. Batty. McAllister. Good tackle by Megson. Well, I thought it was. The referee disagrees with me because he's given the free kick.
Peter Reid has worked hard in his first 45 minutes, and he's going to need to work even harder at half-time in the dressing room, because it's not what the doctor ordered, is it? Going in 2-0 down at half-time when he's wanting the lad to do so well to improve his chances of becoming manager.
Well, they must be wondering what they've got to do next at Manchester City, but incidentally, we will be having an interview during the half-time interval here with Peter Swales, the City chairman, about the current managerial situation. They've had no fewer than 11 managers in 17 years at Main Road, and obviously they want to get it absolutely right the next appointment.
Well, the scoreline, 2-0, certainly suggests that it's been a disastrous first half for Manchester City. But you have to say that really they've had their chances, and they could have been on level terms at half-time. That's taken nothing away from Leeds, of course, who have played excellently.
Their comment as Batty turns it in. Henry climbs high, comes to McAllister. Shot charged down by White. Chapman is in there. Now Strachan. And Gordon Strachan wasted, unlike him, a good opening. Well, we've just moved into stoppage time at the end of the first half, and for one reason or another it's been a dramatic half. Becken's team leading by 2-0, and Manchester City have missed a penalty. Peter Swales, the man charged with the responsibility of making the right appointment for Manchester City. At the moment, City want to get it right on the pitch, on the day. And they've got some work to do here as Poynton turns it forward. He ran into McAllister, did Quinn, and the referee has turned down his appeal for a free kick. City have a throw. Poynton in towards Quinn, good little header on, and it nearly dropped for White again. Speed for Leeds United. Did well. McAllister's pointing to where he wanted the ball, but he looks to hit it long instead towards Shutt, and Redmond did well to win it back for Manchester City. And there's the end of the first half, which ended in fine style for Leeds United, much as it had begun, in fact. Goal by Carl Shutt towards the end of the half, following the goal by Lee Chapman towards the beginning. In between, this man, Alan Harper, missed a penalty for Manchester City. And as the players leave the field at half-time, there's a lot of life left in this match yet, I'm sure. But at half-time, Manchester City find themselves in this sad week when they've lost their manager, 2 goals down to Leeds United after 45 minutes. We'll be talking to Peter Swales and reflecting on...
And they don't speak as we did all our life. Here in Lad, the old country. And the old country was Wales.
And that's healthier?
You know that we belong to the world and not to one country.
Por favor.
The Welsh bards of Chubut call for a new bard to come forward.
Os ydyw cynrychiolydd menau yn bresennol, neith o sefyll ar ei traed os gwelwch yn dda.
The new Welsh bard is the winner of one of the 2 main poetry competitions, the other being for a Spanish bard. We felt warm to her, as if we were all a family and she had done well. I've seen many ceremonies that attempt to...
First half. Well, it's not been the best half of football that we've played this season. Far from it. We've done well on the break occasionally, but we've conceded too much ground. There's been too many set pieces against us, which has caused us problems. But we've got the 2 goals, and now we've got to make sure that we capitalise on our good fortune. Because, to be fair, the result at the moment don't reflect how that game went.
Thank you.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Thank you.
Howard Wilkinson, a hard man to please. 2-goal lead at Main Road, and he's far from satisfied as yet. But he knows, of course, that with 45 minutes still to go here, and I'm sure that Peter Reid has really stoked up the City players during the half-time interval, this game is far from over. Kamara's header. Leeds United in the all-yellow strip, now attacking from right to left. Kamara again. Batty helps him out. And back it goes. And White will help it on to goalkeeper Lukic, who played so well in the first half.
Howard Wilkinson gave the impression here that he wasn't entirely happy with the first half performance, but I would think that he's absolutely delighted to be leading here 2-0, because Man City have proved this season they're a very, very difficult team to beat at home.
And Peter Reid will know that much of his future, as far as his potential as a manager is concerned, depends on what his team can get back in the next 45 minutes here. Sterling, Kamara, clumsy sort of ball. I've no doubt a lot of our younger viewers wonder what on earth we're talking about when we talk about the great Leeds teams of years gone by, but in the 60s and 70s they won 2 league titles, they were runners-up in the First Division 5 times, they reached 4 FA Cup finals and 5 European finals. Although they spent 8 years in the Second Division, Leeds United are unquestionably one of the premier clubs in the country, and it's good to see them back in the First Division. Here's Megson for Manchester City, looking to get back on the scoreline. Nixon again. Dispossessed with a fine tackle by Fairclough. Harper finding Heath. On it goes for White. A lot of players would have given that up, but he's got so much pace, he went for it. Smashed into the advertising hoarding. Waves playfully, I think, at the Leeds fans.
Just picking up, Alan, on your comments about Leeds United, the great Leeds United team. I had the pleasure of playing against them, I think it was something like 1971 or 72 when I was with Birmingham City. We played in the semi-final at Hillsborough. And I think that of all the teams I've played against in my career at club level, that Leeds team were the best I've ever played against.
Well, that's some statement. Henry turning it forward for City. White underneath it. Wasn't a very good clearance, though, and it dropped for Ward. And Ward going all the way here, and it's a good effort, but Lukic dealt with it. Chapman's glancing header. Harper with the interception.
Keep going, Speedy. Keep coming.
Quinn.
Keep coming, Speedy.
Heath beaten by Fairclough. Sterling lost the ball for a moment. Shuts header. Redmond there for Manchester City. Needs somebody to get it down on the ground, really. Still like head tennis here. Now Heath brings it down and plays a lovely ball. Ward on the left. City waiting, queuing up for the cross. But it went beyond them all. He speeds clearance straight to Redmond, and then Henry with the interception. Harper coming forward. Megson. Wasn't a good ball. Ward had to really chase to keep it in play, and he's in trouble here for a moment. Henry. Lovely ball again for White. Quinn and Heath in the middle for the cross. And Quinn was definitely barged in the back. It's another penalty. Sterling the offender this time, and the referee again was perfectly placed to see it. Sterling came in and barged into Quinn, who went full length, sliding into the goal mouth, and the second penalty of the game for Manchester City has been awarded. And this time, of course, Harper has given up the responsibility, not surprisingly. And the man who has scored already 3 times from the spot this season, Mark Ward, will resume his duties as chief penalty taker. And it's gone in, albeit off the post. And Manchester City are back in the picture. Five minutes into the second half, and Ward's penalty, his 4th successful spot kick of the season, has made it Manchester City 1, Leeds United 2. Added a new complexion to the game and given us now, in prospect, Trevor, a tremendous second half.
Well, it's just the fillip that Man City needed at the start of the second half. The danger man once again was David White. Got in behind Kamara, put a good crossover, and Quinn got in front of Mel Sterling. I'm not so sure whether it was a penalty, Alan. I think that Quinn perhaps exaggerated the dive, but referee was quite clear in his mind. He gave the penalty, and they're certainly back in the game now, City.
With a vengeance. We'll try and get back to the incident which, of course, caused the penalty. But in this match, there's so much happening on the field. You've got to stay with the action. And here goes Quinn. Oh, he did well to get the shot in, didn't he? 2 defenders converging upon him. And now Quinn still got the shot on target. Lukic right behind it. It's been a terrific game, this. Very entertaining. Free kick, meantime, to Manchester City in the middle of the field. And Mr. Deakin's certainly been heavily involved in today's match. Kamara gets it clear, but only as far as Harper. Heath. The clearance by Fairclough. Manchester City's throw-in. Back to Harper. Reed turning it in. Cleared with some difficulty by White. And then Batty onto Carl Shutt. City win it back. Harper forward, but Heath is offside. Well, we can have a look again at the incident which led to Manchester City's second penalty of the game. White with the cross. Now watch for Quinn on the near post, and the challenge from number 2, Mel Sterland. The referee has decided that was good enough for a penalty. What do you think, Trevor, seeing it again?
Well, I just looked at the reaction of Mel Sterland as Quinn has gone over. Mel Sterland's raised his arms in show his innocence, and he was very, very disappointed because immediately the referee gave it, who exactly was probably, what, 20, 25 yards from the action. He was very, very disappointed about it, Sterland, and I'm not so sure it was a penalty.
So Leeds United, 2-1 in the lead, Sterland in possession. Chapman got up well then with Hendry, and Megson just calmed things down.
The difference on the first one, Alan, was that the referee was literally 1 yard away from the first penalty when he gave against Quinn for the foul, but on this occasion he was a long way from the action.
Mark Ward bringing Manchester City dramatically back into the picture with that penalty, and here he is again in possession. McAllister's challenge. Batty is there, and Strachan now for Leeds United. Chapman. Well won back by Redmond. Quinn getting up well. Speed. Sterland beats Ward to it, but City have possession with Megson. A little nudge by Batty. On standby for the England squad for the Republic of Ireland crucial European Championship match next week. Here's Strachan. Well, good tackle from Megson. Turned back by White quite safely, despite the ooze of the Manchester City fans. Kamara. Speed. McAllister got it all wrong. For Manchester City, turned in towards Heath. Clough got it clear. Batty under pressure, did well. Sterland with the first-time clearance, shut chasing. Henry did very well. Quinn brought it down beautifully. Megson back to Poynton. On it goes to Reed. Charging forward from the back. The shot was well wide. Neil Poynton, who scored his only Manchester City goal against Aston Villa here in September, it proved to be the winning goal. The man signed from Everton in the summer.
Slight tactical change that Leeds have made in the second half. Whereas Speed in the first half virtually played as the third forward in a very advanced position, he's now trying to come back to protect Kamara, because Kamara's been totally isolated with White running at him at every opportunity. Now Speed's trying to come back into that area to prevent the ball from being played to White.
Here is Speed for Leeds United. Batty turned it back to him. Good defending by Henry, but he wasn't too sure with the back pass. In fact, that's the first corner of the game for Leeds United, somewhat surprisingly. On the near post, and the two central defenders, White and Fairclough, both come forward. In towards Chapman, but a good clearance by White for Manchester City. And then one back brilliantly by McAllister. Speed takes over. Now Strachan. White. No offside, so a dangerous looking cross, but Fairclough unable to reach it and shut on the right. Now White for Manchester City. He's asking Ward to do a lot of chasing. And although he got there, he was nudged in the back by Batty, and Manchester City have a free kick. David Batty, the only Leeds-born player, incidentally, in this team, still just 21. Young Eagle of the month for October. A lot of movement in the penalty area, and the referee saw a foul. Free kick to Leeds United.
I think the Manchester City supporters wanted another penalty there.
Lots of ironic cheers from the Leeds United supporters gathered behind that goal for the fact that they've actually been awarded a free kick for a foul by Quinn. Quinn again with the downward header to Heath. Now Poynton. Heath tried to find Megson. Made it all too easy for Fairclough to intercept. Now Batty. Megson's there again. City's throw. They've certainly got the bit between their teeth now, Manchester City, after that early goal here from the penalty spot. And a free kick now has gone again Leeds United's way inside their penalty area.
Yes, and quite rightly so there. The referee was correct, because Adrian Heath was backing into Chris Fairclough, and the referee was on the spot and gave the free kick.
Well, I wonder what Rodney Marsh makes of the events of the start of the second half here, Rodney.
Well, it's very much the same as business as usual, isn't it? Manchester City pressing and justly got the goal from the penalty kick. We talked about the inability of Leeds to be able to cope with Niall Quinn, and it's another example. And they gave away a penalty kick, and it's no more than City deserve.
And they're now looking for the equaliser as Reid belts the ball against Carl Shutt. Leeds throw. Batty waiting for players to get forward as he tries the long throw. McAllister tried to win it back but couldn't do so. Harper. It's a nice little ball by Harper. Ward turning it on towards Heath in the middle. And Heath's done well here. An hour of the game gone. Manchester City 1, Leeds United 2. Manchester City on the attack again. Have the throw. A little bit further back than where Alan Harper wanted to take it from. Heath turning it on for White to use his pace brilliantly again. And turned in towards Quinn, but in fact the free kick has been given for a foul, I think, by White. But if there was one route for Manchester City to get back into the game, I think, Trevor, it'll be provided by this guy.
Yes, you saw there what I was saying earlier, that Gary Speed has come back to try and help out Chris Kamara. And in fact, it was Speed that was running alongside David White.
Megson finding White again. Back it goes to Megson. Oh, that's good work by McAllister. Chapman saw the ball go right over his head. Redmond turning it back. Quinn's header brilliantly into the space occupied by Heath. Back it goes to Quinn. No real sting at all in the shot. Played, of course, for Ireland in the World Cup, and no doubt will be amongst those in Jack Charlton's consideration to face England next week. Well, there's an interesting statistic about Manchester City's ability to score goals in the second half of their matches. But here's Carl Schutt for Leeds. Oh, it's a great run. Good tackle in the end by Redmond. And Redmond there again to clear. Harper. Ward. Kamara with the interception. Batty takes over for Leeds. Now Strachan to Chapman. That's a good return ball, and Strachan's onside. Carl Schutt arriving on the far side of the penalty area. He didn't need him. What a marvellous finish. Gordon Strachan with an absolutely exquisite goal. Gordon Strachan's 5th goal of the season, and the 33-year-old showed the coolest head on the park. A brilliant finish in the 63rd minute. He looked to see Schutt on the far side of the penalty area, but with that kind of ability, he didn't need any help.
Well, the Manchester City players are bitterly complaining to the linesman that Strachan was offside. He played a good 1-2 with Chapman, took the ball through, and well, that's an absolutely brilliant finish. All season, Strachan's been the outstanding player for Leeds, and despite his age of 33, he's still one of the game's outstanding players.
There were huge complaints, as Trevor was saying while you were watching that replay, from the Manchester City players, and David White was cautioned for what he said to referee Deakin, but it doesn't alter that scoreline. Manchester City 1, Leeds United 3. A brilliant third goal by Strachan. Although Manchester City obviously will disagree, complaining bitterly it was offside. As White challenges Quinn at the other end, and City get a corner. It really has been an entertaining game, this, full of good football, excitement and goals, and drama. 2 penalties, one of them missed. Sterland's header. Fairclough got it clear. Reed for Manchester City, finding Harper. In towards Quinn. Fairclough got it clear again. Now Poynton. Harper. Redmond touching it on brilliantly. Oh, and there was a problem there. There's speed. And his goalkeeper, Lukic, had a bit of a misunderstanding. And Leeds quite fortunate to survive that one. Good turn by Megson. Reed. Now they need his inspirational qualities now. Poynton playing it forward. White gets in. They don't know the meaning of defeat at Manchester City. They won't lie down. David White gets his 5th goal of the season, and suddenly the picture changes dramatically again here. Lovely through ball as well from Poynton. White in ahead of the defender. Crisp finish. 65 minutes gone. And David White's goal has given Manchester City hope again here.
Well, I'm sure Chris Fairclough will be annoyed with himself there, because as the ball is played in behind him, he's not realised that White's come from behind. He tucks the ball away nicely to bring them once again back into the game.
Manchester City 2, Leeds United 3. What a terrific game this is proving to be.
During the half-time interval, Rodney Marsh spoke about defenders sleeping. I think Chris Fairclough on this instance there was sleeping. He should have cleared the danger without any problem at all.
Well, City will really believe that they can get back on level terms now. But Leeds United have looked dangerous for the whole match, haven't they? Strachan forward. There was a claim for handball then against Poynton, I think it was, and it has been given. This really is like an end-to-end FA Cup tie, but it's all being played out in the English League First Division, and they very rarely get games like this in any other country, believe me. Tremendous advert for the game. Foul low by Chapman as Knoll shot, took the ball down and turned. Free kick had already been given. Gordon Strachan's marvellous goal a few minutes ago, his 5th of the season and 4th in the First Division. Looked as though it had really just about clinched things for Leeds United till David White hit back for City. And they're going again now in search of an equaliser. Oh, and it's a great effort. What a save that was. Tremendous effort from Ward, and it produced a save of the match from John Lukic. That looked to be heading for the top of the net. Oh, what an equaliser that would have been. A terrific effort by Ward on the volley. Wonderful save. Hendry getting in. Fairclough gets it clear. Well, Main Road would have been absolutely on its feet if that one had gone in, as Kamara dives in all over Heath. City get the free kick. Crowd of nearly 28,000 inside Main Road today, right up to the average attendances here this season. And they are seeing a dramatic game. Manchester City 2, Leeds United 3, but we have just seen one of the saves of the season by John Lukic to deny City an equaliser. This is the foul by Kamara, which has meant that Heath needed treatment from the City physio, Roy Bailey. He's all right again. Game restarts. Nexon's free kick. And Leeds get away with it. Poynton hammers it in. Well, Trevor, this is some game, isn't it?
Yes, I have to say I've been very, very impressed with Howard Wilkinson's team here this afternoon. I read one or two reports not so long ago. They were a boring outfit, but they've attacked from the start of this game, and they're very impressive, I think. Also their tactics as well, and they've played virtually with 3 forwards up, and despite the fact now that they're just 1 goal ahead, 3-2, they're still looking for the 4th, and that's very, very encouraging.
It's the kind of match you don't want to end. Kamara turning it forward. Manchester City's throw. Something like 20 minutes remaining at Main Road for Manchester City to try and get back on level terms here. They were 3-1 down, remember, at one stage. Well, Leeds profited then from City's enthusiasm with 2 players trying to win the same ball. But back it comes from Reed to Heath. On towards Megson. White got it clear at the second attempt. Harper's throw, gets it back again from Heath. Cleared by Batty. Reed wins it back. Now McAllister and Batty again. Tackles flying in here. They're all legal. It's just 100% and fully committed. And that would certainly adequately describe David Batty and Peter Reid.
Yes, and I'm sure at this moment Peter Reid must be toying with the idea of bringing on Clive Allen. Clive, throughout his career, has been a prolific goal scorer, and can certainly do one of his goals this afternoon.
"19 minutes to go. Manchester City 2, Leeds United 3. Tony Book, the experienced man right in the middle there. Former Manchester City manager himself, of course, and player. White's mistake has given Leeds United the throw. Chapman. Hendry just helped it back. White beating Quinn. Lovely skill from Strachan on the right. Sterling's clearance. Redmond gets there ahead of Chapman, but Strachan onto it again, and now McAllister back again to Strachan. Batty. And I think it might have been deflected. That's what Leeds are claiming, but no. He's got a very strange record, David Batty. He's only scored once in his entire career of over 100 games. And oddly enough, that was on this very ground in Boxing Day 1987. Chapman. Speed. Oh, yes. Round Harper beautifully. And in towards Shutt. Oh, good goalkeeping. Tony Cope had to be sharp then, because Shutt was there to prod the ball home had he made a mistake. Reed. 17 minutes to go. Leeds United still have a 3-2 lead here, but Poynton for Manchester City. On to Ward. They don't give him a shooting space. He nearly found Quinn. Right clearance. Batty for Leeds. Kamara. Just touched away acrobatically by Poynton, and he needed to. Carl Shutt was right behind him. Strachan. And he still did well, Strachan, didn't he? Sterling on the right now. Henry gets it clear to Quinn. Oh, good play from Harper. And Kamara absolutely skin tight to David White that time. And those two players having a little bit of an argument, shall we say, off the ball. Speed gets a talking to as well. Henry. Oh, bad ball straight to McAllister. McAllister goes it alone. Shutt in support. Now Sterling on the right. Sterling kept possession. Now Strachan. Offside. Offside against Shutt in the middle.
I think I just saw Peter Reid there going over to the bench to have a quick word with Tony Buck, and I would imagine at this stage of the game he's suggested, I would think, that it's a time to bring on the substitute, sorry.
15 minutes remaining. Manchester City 3-2 down. Batty. Under pressure here from Reid. Kept battling away to keep possession, but the throw has gone Manchester City's way. Quinn. Harper. Ward. Hit it straight against White. Strachan leapt over the tackle from Poynton. This is Sterling. Not the best ball he's played. Henry's interception, and it comes back to him again. Now Poynton. McAllister in to nick the ball off his toe.
Yes, the Leeds midfielder worked so hard this afternoon. That is certainly one of the characteristics of all Howard Wilkinson's sides, is their fitness and determination. And this team here is no different. They've worked very, very hard, closing down whenever necessary.
Leeds United beaten only once in 5 away matches this season. That was 1-0 at Luton. They've won at Everton and Sheffield United, drawn at Crystal Palace and at Aston Villa. McAllister with the tackle, and then Batty and Megson clashed in midfield, and Megson has gone down crushing his face. Play has gone on. I don't think the referee saw the incident, but he's stopped play now because Megson is down holding his face after that clash with David Batty. Well, not in a position to comment because I didn't clearly see what happened there. Did you, Trevor? And look at that. Well, there's the evidence, if you like. There was certainly a collision of some sort because you can't fake blood, that's for sure.
Yes, undoubtedly there was a clash, but I wasn't aware of exactly what happened. I immediately looked at the referee, and he certainly didn't see it.
Bash. There it is. The right hand came around and caught Megson in the face. We had an incident last week in the live game, of course, at Tottenham, when many people felt that Steve McMahon should have been sent off for his part in an incident with Paul Gascoigne. Not quite as bad, that incident, I think, but nonetheless, Batty definitely brought his arm around into contact, shall we say, with Megson's face, and I think he's lucky that the referee did not have a clear view of that incident. Referees can only give what they see, and he wasn't best placed, and that's no criticism of him, he just wasn't in the right place to see what happened then. They don't get the benefit of slow motion replays, of course, and I think when he has a look at that one at home, he might think that had he seen it more clearly, he would have taken action against David Batty.
Yes, and I think once Megson declares himself fit, I think Manchester City will now look to make a substitution.
They've certainly got young Ian Brightwell warming up on the touchline, and Reid is signalling to the bench his intentions now. And Brightwell is clearly coming on, and it's Harper who he's replaced. Ian Brightwell, who's been sub in all the recent matches after playing in the first 10 games of the season, replaces Alan Harper. And after all that excitement, Leeds United have a throw, and more significantly, they still have a 3-2 lead. 11 minutes to go. Reid looking for White, Batty intercepted, Kamara forward. Breaks for Shutt. Now Strachan, Sterling overlapping. But he looks and finds speed. Batty. Cleared by Hendry. White. Three players converge on him. That's how much his speed is causing respect, but he gave it away to McAllister. And now Shutt. Good run by Carl Shutt, and he reacted angrily when Hendry made the tackle.
Yes, Carl Shutt hasn't been a regular all season. In fact, Howard Wilkinson's used a few different players. I think he's used Pearson and Varady, and now today Shutt. But he's certainly done himself a lot of favours with his performance today, scoring a very good goal and working hard up front to partner Chapman.
Here's Reid working hard for City and earning the free kick after the tackle by Kamara. And another substitution, and this time it's Peter Reid himself who will go off to be replaced by Clive Allen. Just listen to the support from Main Road for this great little warhorse. There's no doubt the Manchester City public would love to see him get the job as manager. But now he's made way for the younger legs and the more powerful goal-scoring ability of Clive Allen, who has scored twice after coming on as a substitute already this season. Megson's kick, and the header by Hendry, well wide.
Well, I hope it was Peter Reid who brought himself off, and not Tony Buck from the dugout who brought Peter off.
You were telling me that happened to you once, wasn't it? When you were player manager, you were brought off against your wishes.
Well, I'm not sure if that was true, Alan. Perhaps. Yes, in fact, it did happen on one occasion, but we kept quiet about it at the time. But it does happen. I think that when you're out there on the field as the player manager, it's very, very difficult to get the message through always correctly to the dugout. And on this occasion, it was a misinterpretation.
Well, Peter Reid's now in the dugout, ready to give his messages first hand, and here's Quinn responding to one of them and finding Megson. I don't know why he did that, really. Harry Megson flicked at the ball. We had players in support. Kamara's given it away. Brightwell did well to keep it in play. And find White. Useful ball. There, Clough got it clear. And Batty clears his lines, and the pressure's on Leeds United here. Well, that's a splendid header from Chapman to Strachan. Redmond wins it back. No free kick given. Strachan wanted one. Here's Quinn. And they're queuing up for the cross here. Megson clashed with Kamara in the middle. City half-heartedly appealed, but I don't think there was any prospect of them getting another penalty. They had two already. Scored one, Mark Ward, missed one, Alan Harper.
Well, as the ball comes to the far post, Megson, I think he realises that he's not going to get it, and he just throws himself into Kamara. I think he'd have to have one or two more lessons off Quinn how to get a penalty.
Points on with the long ball. Quinn brings it down beautifully and feeds Ward. Still Ward. Oh, it was awkward for Allen. He couldn't dig the ball out from under his feet at all then. It was just kind of played behind him rather than in front of him. Chapman turning it on. Poynton intercepts. Well, we don't want you to nominate him quite yet, Trevor Francis, but give some thought to your man of the match. It's going to be a difficult nomination, I would think, in a match like this, which has been full of so many good things and so many good performances. City still battling to get back on level terms here, but they've conceded. The free kick quickly taken to Strachan. Speed. Ooh, at the second attempt, Coton just held on to it. McAllister. Ward. Strachan took it from him. And Sterling back to his goalkeeper.
Come on, please!
6 minutes remaining here. Manchester City still 3-2 behind. There was an incident then, and it looks as though Chapman is shown the yellow card.
Yes, rather unnecessary, kicking the ball away like that in frustration, or I would think possibly trying to waste time.
Redmond with the free kick. Henry up well, but Lukic knew what was happening and just lets the ball go behind. It's a goal kick. So a little more than 5 minutes remaining here for Manchester City to try and equalise. And your man of the match, Trevor?
Well, it's definitely going to go to Gordon Strachan. I think that this afternoon he's been outstanding throughout the game, and as I've said earlier, he's certainly a credit to his profession.
And he scored a marvellous goal. Leeds United's third, and it could prove to be the winning goal. Not if City have a say in it. But Megson is dispossessed. Patty for Leeds. Offside. Peter Reid getting a worm's eye view of it now as City go looking for their equaliser. Sterling with a good clearance though. Chapman dispossessed by Redmond. Heath. The crowd encouraging him to go all the way, but he finds Ward in support on the left. In towards Quinn. He got no real meat behind the header. The perfect situation for the big man, but I suppose the ball just arrived a little bit too slowly for him. Leeds United thinking of a substitution themselves as Henry comes in with a good clearance. Poynton gets it out. Leeds United's throw. 3.5 minutes remaining, and the linesman has just drawn the referee's attention to the touchline, where Leeds will be bringing on John Pearson in place of Carl Schutt, who scored their second goal towards the end of the first half. Good performance by Carl Shutt, the former Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol City player. Really toiled hard, and now replaced by John Pearson, Sheffield-born, former Charlton Athletic striker. He's got 3 minutes to try and make some impact. Leeds United holding on to a 3-2 lead here at Main Road in a splendidly entertaining afternoon of football. Came off Chapman, so that'll be a goal kick, and City have really got to get on with it now. Gremlins in the works here today in Manchester. It must be the rain. You haven't missed anything. And it's still Manchester City 2. A little over a minute to play. Chapman for Leeds United. Dispossessed and then fouled Colin Hendry as we move into the final minute.
Another clumsy challenge there by Lee Chapman. He's got to be a little bit careful because he's already been booked, and he's so unnecessary to get himself sent off after getting a good display here this afternoon.
Redmond with a long free kick aimed at Quinn, and Quinn got it back a second time. Now Poynton for Manchester City. Heath and Hendry are there, and in the end the shot was a disappointing one from Colin Hendry, the Scotsman, who had an excellent scoring record in his Blackburn Rovers days. He's got a couple of goals this season, one beauty against Manchester United in the local derby, and would dearly loved to have found the target then, because as the anxious look at the watches on the Leeds United bench will show you, we're into the final few seconds here. Chapman for Leeds. They're 3-2 up. The ball turned forward by Pearson. Strachan. He's done well here, Strachan, and turns it back dangerously as well for Pearson. Strachan again. And the referee has given a free kick to Manchester City, far side of the penalty area. And all the Leeds fans want to hear the final whistle. But he doesn't.
Sorry, once again, Gordon Strachan was involved in that move there. His passing and his control all afternoon have been excellent, and on this performance, well, who knows how long he can go on playing.
Quinn for City, their final charge perhaps, their final search for an equalising goal. And at the other end, Coton had to come quickly from goal to deny Chapman. And that might be just enough for Leeds United to kill a few more vital seconds here. We've had almost a minute of time added for stoppages. Kamara's throw-in. Off the head of Brightwell to Chapman. Redmond, the covering City player. And a good tackle. Heath. Brightwell. Allen and Quinn combined. And now Ward. This could be City's last chance. Ward plays it in towards Quinn on the far post. But it was very good defending by Sterling, who got in there to deny him. But City do have a corner. They have to take it quickly. Time is all against them here. And it goes again towards Quinn. Oh, and it nearly dropped for Hendry. It nearly fell at his feet, but just squirmed away.
Well, I would say that was a decent chance for Manchester City. As the ball comes over, you see Hendry going in at the far post, and if his first touch had been better, he was in with a scoring opportunity. I think Leeds were fortunate, really, that it fell to a defender rather than a forward.
Albeit a defender with an excellent goal-scoring record, but not today. A delay with an injury to Chris Fairclough, the Leeds United centre-half. They've already had a couple of minutes' time added here. Peter Reid and the Manchester City bench wondering anxiously if they'll have enough time to get an equalising goal. Batty for Leeds. Went in hard with Hendry, who just caught him. And again, Leeds buy themselves some more time. They've got a free kick. And I don't think they'll be in a hurry to take it. Kamara finding speed down the left touchline. In it goes to Batty. Speed again. Dispossessed. Now White from Manchester City. Quinn and Allen are forward. Brilliant run by White. Poynton in support on the left. City players pouring into the penalty area. Quinn got the header in, but no meat behind it again, and that's it. Leeds United have held on for a 3-2 victory here in a marvellous match, full of incident, excitement, entertaining football, and plenty of talking points. Leeds United 2-0 up at half-time with goals by Lee Chapman and Carl Shuck. But how well...